Hi, Marcy. How are you?
Hello. It took me a while to find my microphone. I had put it away. I am the only one here, and I think it's because the link was bad. Only your email link worked. The email from them didn't work. The thing that gets posted on Google Calendar didn't work. So that's going to hurt your day. You may need to reschedule this.
Yeah, I'm just going to push forward because it's not fair to the folks who will actually read the email that I sent
We'll see
and
how
are
many
joining
do.
like yourself.
We'll
Yeah.
see how many do. I'm going to go mute again.
All right. Thanks for joining, Marcy. All right, it's 10 a.m. Pacific. Let's get started. This is Maven Lightning lesson from me, obviously on the screen, as you can see, Gothuli Chatterjee. We will talk today very briefly about Kiro, Claude, and Quick. And the reason I chose this topic is because one of the three most frequently asked questions in 2026 that I have faced from the 1,200 odd students is essentially where they should focus. AI is a huge spectrum. What should they put in their resume if they are doing AI just as a practice or certification? on their side job, or if they're just practicing or doing one or two projects but not a lot, where should they focus? AI is so new. It's been with us, all of the buzzwords, a maximum of 3 years, if that. So where should the focus be? And the problem is compounded by the fact that AI is so vast. Within the life cycle, there is six, seven odd steps within the AI life cycle. And if you look at the components, there is a minimum of 8 components within AI. Within a single component of context engineering, there is 5 different components. So where should folks focus on in terms of AI is what we are going to talk about. Now, for folks who are looking at this recording, I know some of you may have issues joining. This never happened to me with the Maven platform before. I have done 4 of these lightning lessons. So rather than canceling 10 minutes before, I sent a joining link. And rather than stressing about it, I would rather give a good 30 minutes lecture so that folks who are looking at this recording can get the same value, and then we can reschedule for a later date. So with that being said, let's get started. So a little introduction about me. I've been in the product management space for about 18 years, but I've never been lucky enough to do just product management. So essentially, in the companies that I have worked, rarely do they hire product managers and TPMs and program manager. If they're hiring on the business side, product managers, you're expected to wear the TPM hat and draw system architecture and sit with the developers on prototyping. You're expected to do program management and handle the execution and the retrospective reviews and the user stories. So that has been the cumulative area that I've focused on the functions of product management, program management, and TPM. In companies, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. So L7 at Amazon for 6 years as an L7, the other 3 years as an L6. Um, uh, Before that, I spent 3 years at Microsoft and 3 years in Google. In terms of educational background, I started my journey on the technical side, did my bachelor's in computer science and engineering and my first master's in computer science and engineering. And much later down the line in 2018, I did my MBA from USC. In terms of types of product that I have worked on, for the longest time, I kept on saying that I am a balance between B2B and B2C. But as I talk about myself, I realize I'm more B2B than B2C. So I've launched some solid B2C products like Try Before You Buy button on the Amazon detail page back in 2015, and worked on concessions side of Amazon quite extensively. But if I look at my B2B experience, I have launched BitLocker V10, which is largely a B2B usage. So 75% of BitLocker is used by B2B end users. I was the first product owner for Alexa B2B, and I have launched a Titan foundational model based prediction system for AWS, among others. So I think I'm more B2B than B2C the more I think about myself. But I think it's an even split in terms of matured product and greenfield products. So as I said, first product owner for Alexa B2B in 2015, folks were hardly using voice user interface in their homes, let alone in their offices. So very greenfield product, taking that on, and very mature products as well on the B2B side, as I just mentioned. Why do I have the audacity to come in front of you and feel like I have something to say? It's not so much for any of the domain expertise. It's because I have raised teams in both Microsoft and Amazon from scratch, and I've been a bar raiser, acted as a bar raiser at Amazon, which is a voluntary role you take on at Amazon, where you get to interview across the board. So I have interviewed product manager, program manager, TPMs, I've interviewed marketing managers, I've interviewed BI engineers, etc. Total number of interviews, I think, over the span of my career is exceeds about 900 candidates that I've interviewed. So I feel like in terms of hiring, I have a slight edge because all of you guys are coming to the table with a lot of experience in your specific domains. But I think I have seen the landscape of hiring, sat in rooms where not only hiring is done, but hiring philosophies are set at Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. So to that extent, that's what I focus on when I'm doing my coaching and training. So that's a little bit about myself. Now let's jump into the topic. AI is a vast area. In fact, if you look at MIT, UC Berkeley, University of Washington, all of these universities and many, many more have a 2 year degree. It plugs into a 4 year degrees just focused on AI specialization. So when companies are looking for AI product managers, AI TPMs, AI engineers, where should the candidates focus on in their resume, in their interview preparation, or even in their job search has been one of the most frequently asked questions that I have faced. So I usually do lightning sessions, even workshops, focusing directly on that and how to tackle that. But today I'm doing a different take on it. I am utilizing the idea of tools, AI tools, to demonstrate the other side of that question, where in AI, let's look at that question through the lens of tools. So broadly speaking, the industry is hiring in two specific areas of AI. One area is context engineering. There's a lot of hiring around context engineering. And as you guys may or may not know, context engineering has four components to it. It's a misnomer and misunderstanding. A lot of times I hear candidates talking about RAG and context engineering being the same thing. RAG is actually one of the five parts of context engineering. There is also tooling and orchestration. There is memory architecture. There is prompt engineering. There is guardrails. So RAG is very much a subset of context engineering. But there is one area where the industry is heavily hiring context engineers. And when I say context engineers, I very much mean product managers and TPMs as well. Because some companies in some areas are hiring AI operators. They are blurring the line between engineers and the business side and hiring operators. So when I say context engineering, I mean across the spectrum. The hiring is in the post-training area. Context engineering sits squarely in the life cycle of building an AI product. Within post training is context engineering, and context engineering has five parts to it. If you are focusing on RAG, doing your RAG certifications, because there is so much conversation in LinkedIn about RAG, know that you are focused into one subset of context engineering. The other part where there's a lot of AI hiring and a lot of preparation from candidates is utilizing AI tools to augment their daily job. Utilizing AI tools to improve productivity, utilizing AI tools to make faster decisions, utilizing AI tools to build the product faster, launch faster, improve the adjudication and judgment on what customer segments to be chosen. So that's the second area. Not really plugging in AI engineering or system into the existing system, but utilizing existing AI tools to augment the process of launching a product or a feature. And a lot of companies are doing that, make no mistakes. Before, in big companies, especially, for example, companies like Oracle, Amazon, there are very large areas, very large organization where plugging in AI into an existing system is harder. It takes time. But utilizing AI technology to prototype features so that focus group study can be done faster. That is faster to adopt and evolve. I can tell you for certain within Amazon, there are organizations like 5,000 people, 3,000 people organization where AI still is not a very large portion of the solution statement within the feature set. But AI is definitely being used on every step of productivity building. So the first recommendation that I have is when you are trying to think what jobs to apply or what to put in your resume, first figure out what you are doing right now or in your last job that maps closest to one of these two areas. Would you like to utilize AI tools to be a better TPM, to be a better product manager, program manager, utilizing existing AI tools? Or are you closer to engineering? You have done Python coding back in the day, or currently working on it. Even if not utilizing AI right now, not doing RAG or context engineering right now, but you'd like to go in that direction because your passion and your experience aligns with that. So that's an adjudication you have to make. Then there are practical variables and considerations to be made. It is quite obvious that there is more competition on one of these areas than the other. It is easier, quote unquote, easier to utilize low code, no code tools and then improve the productivity of your feature development lifecycle. So there are more competition in that area. Whereas context engineering, if you are a product manager or program manager, really able to take on improving your RAG, or you can focus on tooling and orchestration, or prompt engineering, or memory architecture, or you are focused on policy security and governance and focused on the guardrails. These are the areas where you are a context engineer slash AI operator. So you have to figure out balancing between where the opportunities are, the competition is less, but also where your experience and your passion lies. And if you ask for my take, from my perspective, if your objective is long-term AI growth, if you are early in your career, if you've only been in the industry 6 years, 8 years, and you need to have a job for the next 20 years, 30 years, I would rather say focus on where your passion is because we don't know where this AI technology and solutions is going. It is here to stay. It is not like NFT or one of those fads that will come and go. It is very much like mobile first or Wi-Fi coming into our lives. It is a technology that will stay, but how it will stay, in what areas will it take form and shape and growth, we honestly do not know that. Nobody knows that. I've sat with SVPs of top tier companies, and I can tell you nobody knows where it is going because product lifecycle is a product lifecycle. When we are creating a vision, creating models, creating prototypes, we are very excited. We think we know what are the risks that are coming down the line, and we build mitigation strategies for that. But if you've been in the industry long enough, you know that after launch, everything goes out the window. The type of risks, problems, issues that come up makes us halt in our tracks. And that launch phase of the AI technology hasn't happened yet. It is happening right now. And over the next 2 to 4 years, we will realize what the risks are, what the problems are, how to and where we will utilize AI. So rather than jumping in the bandwagon and adopting context engineering and killing yourself trying to learn Python, which you may or may not have done in your past, take a pause and see if that actually makes sense for you in the long run. With that being said, there are plenty of tools out there on each side of the spectrum. So let's talk a little bit about it. If you are a builder and or if you are on the business side of things, then also you may need to build certain types of artifacts. For example, as a product manager, one may need to create heat maps, internal dashboards. And previously, we would have to go and beg the data science team, the business intelligence teams. It will take weeks and weeks of prioritizing that request to build a heat map or build an internal dashboard. Now we can build it more easily because we have no code, low code AI solution. So that's one area that you can focus on. There are tools at our disposals to do that. Or you're a product manager or program manager whose most of the entire day goes in answering boring questions from stakeholders, the same questions. What is the goal this week? What are we looking at in terms of will it meet the goal next month? In Ireland, are we exceeding the goal or are we falling behind? What is the reason we are falling behind the goal in UAE or Ireland? These are questions as program managers, as product managers that are repetitive, that we may or may not enjoy answering for the entirety of our day. And at the end of the day, at 5 p.m., we realize we haven't written the document, thought about the vision, thought about our own promotion, or built strategies that will help us in our career because we spend the entire day answering questions. In that case, we can create chatbots that will answer these repetitive questions that does not require human judgment. Or you can be closer to the technical side of things. And you may need to do whiteboarding. And previously, that required a lot more expertise in terms of how you use IDEs, but there are easier solutions today. So let's talk about those solutions. And for each of these products that I'm going to touch on, these are not the only products. There are other competitor products in the market. You can easily ask Gemini what those products are, but I'm going to focus on three of these. So Kiro is free and available, at least a version of it is free and available, external to Amazon as well. It is an Amazon developed tool that is very heavily internally adopted by Amazon as well. If you are writing a spec and not the code, that is a part of your daily job or your past jobs, Kiro does a wonderful job of both helping you ideate and also create those deliverables with you. And it is something that can really help be the thought partner. So when you are building something real, it is something that can help you create specs or document and become your ideation partners. And for that matter, you can also utilize it very easily, even if you don't know MCP. You don't want to venture into that much of technology, even that you don't want to deal with MCP server. Kiro comes to the plate with configure MPCs for certain downstream products and tools so that you can plug and play. And if you are conversant with MCP, Kiro is absolutely fantastic for you to build those heat maps and build those dashboards without at all depending on any other team. The next is Claude. I think Claude is not only a thinking partner, but Claude also allows you to do a lot of whiteboarding and coding exercises, thought exercises, but far more to the technical architecture and system design side. So if you are more on the technical side, TPM roles especially can vary a lot from company to company. And for specifically TPM roles that are closer to the technical side of things, Claude is a wonderful tool to help you think through your architecture, your flow diagrams, and technical side of the solutioning. So definitely encourage. There is no need for you to get a specific paid certification. There are, free certifications out there, but there is also, you can just utilize Gemini and Claude to learn Claude if you are closer to the technical side of things, or if you're wanting to go get closer. Say, for example, you're absolutely a non-tech program manager, but you have decided, I want to be a context engineering operator. I want to move that side. So in that case, if that is your goal, definitely recommend you using and playing around with all three different versions of Claude? And the third tool that I want to talk about is Amazon Quick. People think that Amazon Quick is good for building dashboards because it was Amazon's answer to Microsoft's Power BI, but it doesn't only do that. It allows you to very quickly spin up AI chatbots. So if you have internal databases or even data like large volumes of spreadsheets, pivot table, etc., you can easily plug and play and build chatbots that can answer repetitive questions from your stakeholders. So these are the areas that I wanted to touch on. These are, as I said, that there is no one a solution for these things. There are many, many other tools like Emergent, Base 44 that you can utilize for similarly creating dashboards or features. For that matter, Base 44 is really good for creating those prototypes that, especially if you're a product manager or a program manager and you do a lot of focus group studies. I have spent many, many meetings begging for resources because I have to conduct a focus group study to adjudicate whether a feature is going to be adopted for a specific customer segment. But before I do that, I have to ask for resources, do a lot of horse trading from both the UX team and the engineering team to get a high fidelity feature built. You can easily utilize something like Party Rock or Base 44 to build those. So those are the areas I wanted to touch on today. In my areas of teaching on the Maven platform, um, Mohales, I'll answer your question. Thank you for asking that. In my areas of teaching on Maven platform, there are two workshops coming up. One is more focused on the business strategy side of things. So there is on 15 September an AI PM product sense workshop that is coming up. In that workshop, I usually cover traditional product sense, what that means, what bringing AI to that product sense workflow means, and go through real life use cases. All of this to cater to your interview preparation from the AIPM mindset. And the second that is coming up, which is actually on 14 so this one is coming up on 15 September and then on 14th September the get ready for AIPM system design interviews is the second workshop that is coming up, which will take the six mandatory components from traditional PM system design architecture and then add the eight AI components and walk through the entire system design interview within that workshop. So those are the two that are coming up. For the product management one, I'm actually not going to put so much focus because my cohort actually the cohort size that I opened it up for it has already exceeded. So I'm only giving a 10% promo code, which is Turtle, which is there in the link itself. But for the system design, which I just opened up, I'm offering a 33% promo with the promo code context. Both of the links are here in the chat. So that those are the two that are coming up. But other than that, I also do one-on-ones. Please reach out to me if you're interested. Mohales, I do see a question. Why base 44 over say Lovable? Absolutely no reason. I love Lovable. My entire I have a separate business. It's an incorporated business. It is a profitable business actually, and that is built entirely on Lovable. Why I didn't talk about it here? Because the name doesn't attract as much viewership And unfortunately, I've realized in the last 6 months, all of these incorrect things matter when I'm becoming a content creator. Lovable is wonderful. It is actually cheaper. It does the job. I have not utilized Replete, but I'm a very, very big fan of Lovable. So to answer your question, absolutely Lovable. No reason for that other than the fact that the name is not very corporate friendly. Let me know if there are any other questions.
Can I could just speak, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So my first question regarding Kiro and now Quick. So the ability to one, the ability to access them and how freely they're available to access, and two, then would it look better? Speaking of piggybacking off of the lovable and not looking corporate, would it make sense to have experience using them if you're transitioning or looking to get into Amazon, showing that you've used them before? Sounds like it makes sense, but want to ask it outright.
Yeah, so number one, you're asking a branding related question, and that is why I talked about Emergent and Base 44. But on your resume, you will probably talk about the impact that you have created and not so much about the branding. Yes, I would say everything matters at this point in time. There are such sad scenarios happening. One of my students went through 9 rounds of Google interview. At the ninth round, the hiring manager said they're not going to hire her. What the other 8 rounds weren't good enough to adjudicate that and tell her. So unfortunate things are happening, Mohalas. I would say let's stay on the safe side of that branding. But the focus on the resume, what you'll put in the resume, say, for example, you're doing hobby products, right? You're going to talk about the impact that you've created. So if I were to talk about the impact that I have created, if I'm applying to a different company, what I'm going to say is I created an AI-based platform on which I have created 18 tools. About 300 plus users have utilized those tools, those 18 tools, and I have generated not only a revenue but profitability, which is an ROI of nearly 3x of my cost. So those are the things that I'm going to focus on: the number of tools that I've created, the number of people that I've utilized it, the profitability I've generated. So, say for example, you're playing around with Zapier and N8N. And nobody is using it. You're going to talk about you've created a 20 agent ecosystem where the agents are making decisions on their own, generating, spinning up their own agents. So, those are the things you're going to focus on the impact. You're not so much going to focus on the branding, hopefully, in your resume and your conversations. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And but it does also sound like if you're not within a large corporation or a company where you can put your tools in front of say 300 people, let's say you're a consultant, you're unemployed, or you're a solo operator, whatever it may be, or a very small company, you also have to practice your GTM and figure out how to get your tools in front of
So let me make it very
more
clear.
hands.
This specific platform that I'm talking about, it has nothing to do with Amazon. It's my personal business. It's incorporated in Delaware. It has nothing to do with Amazon. It is my coaching focused on women solopreneurs, and I do separately coaching for everybody. It's open for everybody as well, but the focus is on women solopreneurs, and that's where I'm saying that I've created 18 tools. That's where those tools are being utilized. That's where I have generated an ROI. Nothing in Amazon is 300 users, right? Everything is Amazon. It's in
Right, right,
millions.
right. I wasn't thinking Amazon. Just in general, using your example,
Yeah.
you would still have to figure that out, that part. If you don't, right? If you're in a company and you have a system or ecosystem that allows you to, or an environment that allows you to, like, hey, build something, we test it, you could deploy it across teams, etc. That's wonderful. And if you don't, then you have to reach outside of whatever company or situation that you're in. I would say, right? Because I have tools, I'm building them, I'm getting them in front of people. I have 7 users in one, but because I'm in a small team of 2 people and now three, right?
Mhm.
I have to, the GTM for me is okay, how do I get these tools now and start selling them or getting them and get a lot of users essentially?
Yeah, but I can give you some tips and tricks. You're not wrong, Mohalis, obviously. But some tips and tricks for the resume is, see, I have made money off of the tools that I've created, and I have not utilized Amazon at all to market those because I'm not allowed to. Like, I'll get in trouble if I market myself internally at Amazon or any company for that matter. Even though I have created profitability through my business, the profitability is not large. But the trick then is not to put the dollar value, but put the percentage. Like, I would say my ROI is 3x, which means that whatever my cost is, I have made 3 times that profitability. So then you talk in percentages. Wherever your numbers don't hold up, your hard numbers are not solid, you're going to talk in percentages. Second is, say, for example, you're not making money at all, or people are not using it at all. In that case, talk about the metal of the solution that you have created, Mohalas. That's where I said, say, for example, you've built something just for your hobby. It is nobody is using it. It is not going to market anytime soon, but you've created an ecosystem of agents that is doing something cool. It is ecosystem of agent that is learning from each other, or ecosystem of agent that is actually advising you. Then talk about that impact. Talk about the innovation of the idea that you have created. So it can be subjective. It's okay to be subjective. Yes, ideally, it's great if you can write the line that 1 million user has used it. But there are tips and tricks, even if you haven't achieved that, to show your AI metal.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, one last question. The two links, I clicked them. I don't see the coupon code or the discount code.
So the first one should give you the coupon code, but I'll give you right here. Turtle is the coupon code for the PM one, and context. So Turtle is 10% and context is 33% for the system design one. System design, 33%. So I put it on chat. Let me know if you achieved it, or if you can access it.
Thank you.
All right. Mohalas, any other question?
That's it for now. Thank you. This is, I
All
think, my
right.
third lightning course with you.
All right. If there are no other questions, I thank all of you who not only joined but check their emails to get the right joining link. Honestly, this has never happened to me on Maven, and rather than stressing about it, I decided to have this session any which way. Hopefully, the recording helps everybody. Really appreciate all of you guys joining, and have a wonderful week ahead.